My manager said we're a family here, so I gave him a family problem he couldn't fix. When I first joined the company, my manager, Rob, loved to say, we're a family here. It sounded nice at first, until I realized family meant unpaid overtime, fake smiles, and covering for his mistakes. Rob was one of those middle managers who thought charisma was a substitute for competence. He'd throw pizza parties instead of raises and check in on weekends to ask for status updates. Every time someone quit, he'd give the same speech. We only want people who are truly dedicated. Translation, people who don't mind being exploited. Things went downhill when we landed a massive client. The whole team worked 14-hour days for weeks. I did 80% of the creative work. Rob just took credit. Then, during the final presentation, he used my slides, my words, and didn't even mention my name once. When the client signed the deal, he got a company-wide shout-out and a bonus. Meanwhile, I got burnout and a thank you email. That night, I made a folder called Project Family. Inside it, I started saving every piece of evidence, every Slack message, every edited file showing my timestamps, every email where Rob took my work. I didn't know what I'd do with it yet, but I knew karma needed a little push. A few weeks later, Rob decided to test team loyalty. He announced that only one person from our team could go to an industry conference, an all-expenses-paid trip. Naturally, he nominated himself, but HR required proof that he was directly responsible for the project's success. That's when I made my move. I sent HR a detailed report, professionally written, no emotion, just fact. I attached the folder, metadata, chat logs, work versions, even the original brainstorm documents with my handwriting on scanned notes. 2 days later, Rob was called and he came out looking like someone told him his dog ran away. The next morning, an email went out. Due to internal restructuring, Rob will be transitioning out of the company. The entire office was buzzing. HR quietly promoted me to his role and gave me a raise. The best part, a week later, Rob called me. He said, "You don't understand what you've done. This company was my family." I just smiled and said, "Yeah, and sometimes family needs an intervention." After he hung up, I cleaned out his old office. In his bottom drawer, I found a half-eaten protein bar and a mug that said #1 boss. I replaced it with one that said #1 less. Months later, during a conference I got to attend in his place, I ran into our old client. They asked where Rob was. I told them he decided to spend more time with family. They laughed. I didn't correct them. Now, anytime a new hire hears someone say, "We're a family here," the rest of us just grin and say, "Careful, last time someone said that, the family disowned him." Moral, if your boss calls the workplace a family, remember, even families have divorces.